He sat at a table with men who do not understand what it means for love to break itself open. He took the bread not as a gesture but a prophecy.
Do this in remembrance of...
Not metaphor, not symbol, but truth wrapped in skin, about to be torn. He poured the wine like his blood already knew where it was headed, and still he washed their feet, even the one who would kiss his dead into motion. In the garden he fell, not because he was weak, but because strength sometimes looked like surrender. His sweat became blood not because he feared death, but because he knew the weight of what he would carry. The silence of the Father was not rejection. It was the sound of salvation being carved out in the space between agony and obedience. Touches came like betrayal on fire. A friend approached him, and with his lips that once worshipped, he'd deliver the fatal kiss. Jesus didn't run. He didn't beg. He allowed the rose to bind him. What was already willing. Peter swung a sword, but heaven doesn't fight like earth. He healed the wound of the one who came to seize him, dragged before the council and kings, whose thrones were made of fear. He stood, beaten, accused, spat on, lied about, and still he didn't defend himself. Truth doesn't need a defense when it knows where it's going. They hid him as if the flesh could silence eternity. They mocked him not knowing they were confirming the scriptures with every insult. They wove thorn into crown, and pressed it into his head that once imagined them into creation. Purple clothes draped over open wounds, because mockery always dressed up cruelty. The crowd chose a murderer over mercy, and he was silent. Not out of defeat, but because redemption doesn't roar, it waits. He gave him a beam of splinter wood, as if the cross was a throne fit for humiliation. Every step was a sermon without sound. He fell, not from weakness, but because the burden of humanity is heavy. They pulled a stranger from the crowd to help him, because sometimes salvation invites others to carry the weight it. At the hill called Golgotha, they nailed his hand to the same wall he formed. Iron tore through nerves and muscle, veins and artery. His body convulsed, and the earth started to dim. They lifted him between two thieves, as if heaven belonged to those criminals. His blood soaked the earth, and the ground remembered Eden. He looked down in the faces that cheered for his death. He said, "Father, forgive them." Not because he asked, but because grace doesn't wait for permission. He gave mercy in real time to the thief beside him. A whisper, a promise, today you will be with.
Today you will be
Even while dying, he was still giving life.
with me.
The sky grew dark at noon because even the sun could not watch. The earth shook, as if great itself could not stay still. He cried out, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" Not in doubt, but so we all know he worked in every depth with fear. He drank the last drop of suffering and said, "It is finished." He bowed his head, his lungs stopped. The world became silent. The body, now limp, was taken down and led into borrowed rocks. But even in death, there was a movement. Because love buried, it's love not defeated. It was never the nail that healed him, it was love. And he never let go. On the third day, he rose again, out of the grave, out from hell, giving us authority above everything the devil has held against us. He says, at the mention of the name Jesus, every knee must bow and every tongue must confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of the Father.